Greetings and salutations and greetings. Welcome back to Unpopular Reviews, top five, top five, top five, top five, top five. I know that's 10, but it's so nice I had to do it twice. I'm Mr. Velvet Pipes Christopher Platt. As always, I am joined by the tribal chief of staff himself, Mr. 3000, the one, only, the illustrious Mr. Mike Knox. Michael, how I do?
It's doing good. It's going to be better when I hit this Billy tomorrow with this lottery. There's going to be just like once the government takes it, like 640 million. But I take the 640. Okay, I'll be happy with the 320. All right, and especially you give me the 420. I'm really good with that. But what we got on tap tonight with tonight's top five? What we got?
We're used to compromising our lifestyles. So tonight's top five, we're going to talk a little NBA, man. And we're going to talk about the top five, in my humble opinion, not so humble, off-season NBA moves. And I'm excited about this show. We get to talk a little basketball and chop it up a little bit. And yeah, happy that you guys are here. But before we get into that, Mike, I think the top move thus far is the move that hasn't been made, or rather the moves that haven't been made.
Okay.
And what I'm talking about are Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. As of right now,
Durantula.
They're still Brooklyn Nets. So, Mike, what say you, man? Do they start the season as Brooklyn Nets?
I think if Brooklyn does any of this, they're stupid. All right, I'll be honest with you. Listen, for years I've been in the media, but longer than being in the media, I have been a fan. So it's kind of hard, and I think fans always think what the fan wants, right? And that means the fan thinks, lately anyway, what the player needs. Fuck the player. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm a franchise. You sign a 4 or 5 year deal. You're going to honor that contract as best you can, in my opinion. I don't care if I switch coaches. I don't care if players get hurt and they don't play and they leave. We trade James Harden. I don't care. So for me, the best offseason move that ain't on the list is the fact that Jimmy Butler got weave in his head. That's my problem. That's a top five move of the year. Is Jimmy Butler getting dreads. But I don't think KD gets moved before the season. I don't think Kyrie gets moved before the season because, I mean, like, what are you going to give him for Kyrie? I mean, for Kevin Durant? Jaylen Brown? Like, I like Jaylen Brown. He's a good player. But we're talking about Kevin Durant. Okay? We're talking about one of the best players to ever play basketball. So I think they're going to be there, Chris.
Honestly, Jaylen Brown and some picks, because, you know, the Celtics got hella picks. That was probably the best that they're going to be able to do. Like, Jaylen Brown is a borderline all-star, and he was the best player on a team in the finals that had an opportunity to win the championship. Like, you got to admit, like, Jaylen Brown was the best Celtic in that NBA finals. Like, that's not a bad package for Brooklyn, rather. I understand why they don't want to do it. Same division. You don't want to see Kevin Durant 3 or 4 times a year and then have to maybe face him again in the playoffs. So I get that. I was of the belief that the Kyrie to LA thing was a done deal. You know, what I was hearing was that was a done deal. It just might take a little bit because the Lakers are going to have to eat some of that Russell Westbrook contract or find a third party to trade him to. I still think that Kyrie ends up in LA at some point in time. But honestly, I'm with you, Mike.
I agree. He's going to end up in LA, which I think is also bullshit. But okay, what do I know? I mean, here's my problem with the NBA, Chris, and I'm going to cut you off, is the players really run the NBA, unlike any other professional franchise or league, for rather. And that's, I'm okay with that in a sense. You're like, okay, well, you know, they're the commodities. They should run the league. I just think they're kind of sort of running the league down, in my opinion. All these times offs, all these breaks, all these demands, it's weakening the sport, in my opinion. It's better they got all these damn bullshit ass fouls. Now you're gonna get, you know, I don't want to play no more. I'm going home. It's annoying.
Well, enjoy it while you can, brother, because the NBA has already, you know, built infrastructure in Africa. So in about 30, 40 years, we're going to see a bunch of 7-foot Steph Currys in this melon farmer. And seeing an American-born black player in the NBA is going to be like seeing an American-born white player in the NBA. It's going to be nothing but Africans and Europeans. So enjoy it while you can.
30, 40 years, hopefully, God willing, I'm still here. But I'll be old. I won't probably give a shit.
Okay, but just mark the tape right here. So in 30, 40 years, man, because we still gonna be chopping it up and talking this shit. Please let me know. Yeah, you were right. Yeah,
What do you got at number 5 for the because NBA offseason moves that currently happen, right? Although you didn't have no James Harden re-signing with the Sixers for 2 years on the list. Just saying.
Ooh. So number 5, Mike, this is addition by subtraction. And what I mean by subtraction, this was a individual that there was a lot of scuttlebutt about what he was going to do this offseason.
I'm sorry.
We
Hold
heard
on.
some
I'm sorry. What the fuck's a scuttlebutt?
rumor and innuendo,
Okay.
chatter, talk.
Gotcha.
My bad, man. I went to college. Sometimes I like
No.
to use-
I know what a scuttlebutt is. Like I know what a poop putt is. Do you know what a joint is?
Bro, of course I know what a John is. Literally anything. It's a noun.
Person,
it's a person, place, or thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm just saying, but somebody may be listening or come back in the archives or come back on BDSR networks or Unpopular Review podcast and go, what's the scuttlebutt? Well, we just told you. That's all. I'm looking out for the smaller people who don't know things,
Bro, this is the show for the intelligent fan. So even if they didn't know what I was talking about, they could pick up with the context clues. Okay. They can read the room.
They picking
I'm
up
not saying. I'm just saying.
They picking up what you're putting down. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. So what you got number 5?
They understand that, John. And at number 5, I have Bradley Beal choosing to re-sign with the Wizards.
He does got them Jimmy. He got the Lucius Lyon dreads, where he went into hiding. And but he put his hair on. I'm sorry. Like I just want to say it one more time. Jimmy Butler, you're embarrassing. Okay, because I thought he was better than this to put weave in his hair. But number 5.
Yeah. I just want to say, and Jimmy Butler had a taper fade on Monday, and now he got the Predator dreads on Thursday. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. But number 5, Bradley Beal. Again, it's addition by subtraction because there was a lot of chatter about where he was going to go. We heard the Lakers, we heard maybe Miami, but the fact that he chose to stay in Washington, and that, to be fair, he got about 251 million reasons to re-up with the Wizards. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I get it.
Rumor had it for months that everything that Harden did and him taking less money was to get Bradley Beal in Philadelphia. WIP reported, which is, the number 2 sports talk radio station in the world, next to the Wolf and not the Wolf, the Fan in New York City. Mm-hmm. And so as a Philadelphia sports advocate and fan, I actually was sharing that rumor for months. And so this is where I ask any NBA player, I get it. Your job, you went to college to play pro ball, so you got your job. But once you already made a couple million, ain't it about winning a championship? And he ain't winning nothing in Washington, bro. Bradley Beal ain't winning nothing in Washington.
No, and that's the thing, because this modern NBA, that what you just said, that's literally the trajectory or the storyline. You come into the league, you're on your rookie deal for the first 4 years. That's when you get your weight up. You make a name for yourself. You get your money, that second contract. And then towards the end of that second contract, or once that second contract runs out, perhaps you're willing to take a little less, or maybe, you're more willing to acquiesce, which means more willing to will and deal in order to try to win a championship. So this kind of goes against the whole modern trajectory of the NBA. So that's why it was super surprising to me. But again, 250 million is still 250 million.
I'm gonna win more than that tomorrow when I hit Powerball. So then what? Okay. So
then you buy the Wizards and you trade Bradley Beal to the Sixers. There you go.
No, I don't have enough money to buy the Wizards. I gotta give my whole billion for that, and then I can buy a piece of the franchise. But no.
But just real quick, man, before we get to number 4, Mike, I was thinking about it earlier, and I'm thinking, it's the NBA, and I can't understand why Atlanta and DC aren't more, hotbeds for free agents. And then it dawned on me, these dudes like white girls. So there you go. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
I like white girls.
Me too. I mean, I tasted the rainbow, during my career. I'm settled down. I'm a happy, settled down man, and I'm washed. But yeah, I've tasted the rainbow during my career. I get it.
I did tell my son, if you bring a white girl home, she better be cute, because your mom's gonna say something. So at least let me back you up and say, well, baby, look at her. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, if my son comes home with a Kelly Kapowski or a Topanga,
it ain't a whole lot you can say.
You're gonna be in the background like this. Yeah, son.
Yeah.
You bring up a Minka Kelly? That's cold,
Yeah.
son. But
Yeah.
your mom gonna be in the corner like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
but they do. They do. What we got at number 4?
So number 4, I believe I had this man. He was formerly in Utah, and now he's on the Minnesota Timberwolves, which is Rudy Gobert. Now, I got to be
The
honest.
founder of
Go ahead.
the founder of COVID.
Literally the founder of COVID. Yes. Now, what they won't tell you, don't ask me how I know this. What they won't tell you is that Steph Curry actually had COVID before Rudy Gobert, but whatever. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. That's not the official stance, you know. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, but I like this move for Minnesota, but at the same point in time, it kind of leaves me scratching my head like you were, because 5 unprotected first-round picks for Rudy Gobert. But again, it's Minnesota, not exactly a hotbed for free agency. And if you're in that position, you're going to have to overpay for talent. It just is what it is. So you get a guy, 7-footer, he protects the rim, he defends, he rebounds, aka all the things that Anthony Karl Towns doesn't want to do. So
and that's why the move is great, to be honest.
Yes.
Like, I think this move is better. To me, this is one of the better offseason moves. I'm not a big fan of Rudy Gobert also, because I don't think he brings any offensive talent, which always irks me with a 7-footer. Like, dude, you're the biggest guy on the court. Shack them motherfuckers. Grab the ball, drop step, elbow, turn around and dunk the basketball. That's why Shaquille O'Neal is the greatest, most dominant athlete, in my opinion, in NBA history. Michael Jordan's the greatest, but Shaq's the most dominant player in NBA history to me. And Rudy Gobert doesn't show any of Shaqness in him, but he does play defense. He does protect the rim, and this gets Cat away. Cat becomes a 4. They're dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're where speaking of Philadelphia ties, where Joel Embiid would punish Karl Anthony Towns, he's not punishing Rudy Gobert. This get Cat out the way. This is dangerous to me. I think Rudy Gobert going to the Timberwolves is a great offseason move, Chris.
I agree with that, man. And like I said, this frees up Karl Anthony Towns to go out and give him 25, 30 a night, which is what he wants to do anyway. My only issue with Minnesota is the D'Angelo Russell thing. I think that he kind of stunts Anthony Edwards' growth.
He is a snitch.
Well, he was 19, man. We got to get over that shit. We got over Kobe. We got over Kobe. Wow. We can get over this kid. Did we not? Did we not? Shaq forgave him. What we going to do? No, but he's too ball dominant, and I think that takes away, that's kind of stunts Anthony Edwards' growth, because he needs to be able to have the ball and go ham. But you can't get rid of D'Angelo because him and Karl are super tight. So if you get rid of one, you're probably gonna have to get rid of the other. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the season plays out for them. But I'm all in favor for this move, man. This makes them better. Now you also got some problems, because rumor has it, one of the problems between Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert in Utah is because Rudy wanted to be more prominent in the offense, but you kind of got to have moves, sir. Like, no, to quote the GOAT, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, know your role and shut your mouth. Your role is to play defense, rebound, protect the rim, and maybe if you want to run a little bit, maybe you can catch a lob or something like that on the break. Like, that's your role. Be cool. Be easy. That's your role, Rude. That's your role.
That's your role. You stupid. What we got at number 3 before we take a break?
So number 3, and I hope I get this brother's name right. I do. I'm old. Please forgive me. DeJounte Murray. Did I say that correctly, Mike?
DeLonte Murray.
It's Lante? I thought it was Jonte.
It's DeJounte.
It don't matter. It's me.
Whatever. It's there. You know who it is.
It's him. It's him.
You know what it
Spurs. Now he's with the Hawks, and that was a huge all-season move by the Hawks. And the best thing is, thank you, studio audience. Best thing is they didn't have to give up shit for him. No. They literally got him for a can of corn and some lottery scratch-off tickets. This guy, all-star caliber player.
I think it's Jonte. So Jonte, the D is just there. The D might be sounding like Django. Okay. or is it DeJounte? DeJounte. Either way, that brother, the Hawks ain't gonna win with him.
Come on, man. I'm not saying the Hawks are going to the finals, but this is a team that 2 years ago made it to the conference finals. And this guy helps.
That's because freaking Ben Simmons had a freaking meltdown. They should have never beat the Sixers to get to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals.
They beat him 4 times in 7 games, Mike. 4 times in 7 games.
Did you watch the series? I saw the series. I get you live in Atlanta. I get it. You live there and shit.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay. Cleveland, Atlanta. 2 cities ain't won shit. The Braves. That's all y'all got. Atlanta Braves.
Okay, well, number one, the Cavs won the 2016 title. And I'm never going to forgive you for the Cubs. I'm never going to forgive you for the Cubs beating the Indians in 2016. That one hurts. That hurt.
That was God himself.
That hurt.
Because if not for the rain delay, y'all had us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But still, 3-1. We should have had y'all. But no, but the reason that I'm excited about this move, Mike, is because this guy. Yeah, right. Yeah, with what? Kool-Aid mixed with what, right?
A little tequila.
But the reason, exactly. Would you like some Kool-Aid with your tequila, sir? But
tequila with my Kool-Aid.
But the reason I'm excited about this move is because it allows Trae Young to play more off the ball. Because if you watch any Hawks games, man, Trae Young, he gets a little reckless with the basketball. So let him go be off guard and worry about having to score, not necessarily having to distribute it and run the offense. Plus, Murray.
I can't let you get away with it. You said you didn't say distribute. You said distribute. Mr. College guy. I'm the one drinking.
Yeah. Distribute, schedule, and I'm gonna look at my syllabus.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm another you.
Yeah. All words are made up, man. I say about one.
I make up words all the time. It's cool when I can catch somebody because I'm watch, but it's my turn to talk, which I've been talking anyway. I'm gonna fuck it all up. So go right ahead.
But another fucking you done threw my whole shit off, man. But another thing about this Murray deal, man, he's a guy that he's one of the best young on ball defenders in the league.
Facts.
For a team that the Hawks can literally score with anybody in the league. They've got that much firepower, but they struggled defensively this past season, which is why they had to get in through the play-in game. This is a guy that can defend. And Nate McMillan, he made his bones. We're old enough to remember when Nate McMillan was actually a player with the Supersonics. He was a defensive stopper. Like that's what he did, right?
Portland. You went further back to Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
When did he play with Portland? I don't even remember that.
Maybe I'm wrong. I've been drinking. Okay.
He coached Portland. Yeah.
He coached Portland. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
But no, that's a good now you got me all screwed. So I was gonna mess it up.
Just say Murray, man. Just say Murray.
He can ball. My thing with people who come from teams that aren't winning is that when they get to another franchise, they don't become the same player once they get that deal. All right. This is signing trades. And now he got that money. What's going to happen now? Good young player. I hope they do good. Okay. In the sense of I hope he plays well. Not I hope Atlanta do good. Right. But I hope he does good though. And I can't wait to see it. But we're going to take a break. All right. We're going to come right back with the final 2 off-season moves. And again, guys, one of them's not James Harden. I don't know why. It's not my list. He's the host. I'm just here to help him through the middle. So we'll be right back, y'all. And listen, we got, if you missed last night's episode of the Drunken Recap that refused to have Mike Knox on, talking Smallville, go watch it. I was in the chat. Nonetheless, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Also, coming to work, we've been doing our Rocky Balboa and our Rocky month. And we get Balboa's coming up. We got Creed coming up. We got Creed 2 coming up. We got our top 5 SummerSlam matches of all time that we aired last week. Pain and Game review is coming. We also got Bad Boys. What you gonna
do?
He said, mother bitches. Bad Boys, go check it out. Also, American Tail movie review. We got all kinds of unpopular review entertainment, but that's not all we do around here.
Welcome to UPR Presents Anime As Us.
Antomachia.
Yeah, something's giganto and then something. He was talking about all the foods and especially caramel apples, candied apples. He didn't even know.
But no, it worked. Yeah, Bongo was working on the drums because he was secretly taking music lessons back before he entered the UA.
And
Money in the Bank season's upon us. They call this the Big Five.
The shields explode. I loved it. Those are my number 2. I had to. I thought he was going to cheat, so I was doing my extra special shit with my picture on it, showing how I'm a belt king. I wanted to stick to hey, hey, ho, ho.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Unpopular Reviews Top 5. Man, there was rumors that they were going to remake them with Will Smith and Eddie Murphy. Now,
wow.
I could smoke a bag of that. Obviously, nothing ever came of it. And sure shit ain't gonna happen now.
No.
But my favorite one of the trilogy is my number 2 greatest boxing movie of all time, which is Let's Do It Again.
Billy and Clyde.
Me and my boys want to make a bet with you.
10 grand.
Count it.
Ladies, gentlemen, with that being said, people, with that being said, guys, with that being said, of all the time, but with that being said, guys, with that being said, we'll be right back. And we are back. Unpopular Review Sports. Please, guys, we're trying to get the YouTube channel started. It's Unpopular Review Entertainment. Unpopular Review has been here for a couple years now. We are spinning off in a different franchise. We have Unpopular Review Sports. So please go to YouTube, like, follow, and subscribe to Unpopular Review Sports, please. All right. We're here on every channel. We need to get that one going as well. And we're doing top 5 NBA off-season moves thus far. The 2 best moves ain't really happened yet, and that's where's Brooklyn going to go. But tomorrow, I cannot wait. I'm going to get you from you as well, Platt. The Point Guards documentary comes out on Showtime. Friend of the program, Kenny Anderson, Mark Jackson, Stephon Marbury, Starberry. Like, listen, I may not be a New Yorker. I may shit on New Yorkers when it comes to the media about New York, but they got the greatest point guards, in my opinion, ever come out of any other city. Is out of New York City. I cannot wait to watch this documentary tomorrow, Chris. I hope you check it out as well. But we are down to number 2. And still, none of them are James Harden re-signing with the Philadelphia 76ers for a 2-year deal. But
no, nobody cares, Mike. They're still not going to win. Get rid of Doc.
It's not Doc's fault. I mean, I'm not a fan of Doc, really, but it's not Doc's fault. So it was Doc's fault that James Harden refused to shoot the jump shot when he was open all them games in that game. I watched it. He refused to shoot the ball. I personally said that James Harden has been Chuck Knob blocked, which means he has a mental block in his head. If you don't know who Chuck Knob block is, Google him. Okay.
Yeah.
It's one of the most embarrassing I've ever seen in sports, Chris. The man forgot to go to second base.
Can I tell you a secret?
Go ahead. Shh.
Listen. James Harden isn't James Harden anymore.
I know that. I just said he got Chuck Knob blocked. It's not a secret.
No, I'm saying the miles on the odometer.
It ain't the miles.
Have
the
expired.
Boy,
it's the miles. It's the miles.
It's the fact that he don't freaking work out. He don't work out.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But that
LeBron is still doing LeBron.
Okay, that's fair. But that D'Antoni style of basketball, man, it wears players out, man. Him, Thibodeau, that shit wears the guys out.
Thibodeau does kill his players. He absolutely.
So does D'Antoni. Ask Amari Stoudemire about D'Antoni.
Yeah.
Steve Nash. Ask him. When he got to the Lakers, he was washed.
A coach who shouldn't be a coach, Steve Nash. Okay.
With that being said, see what my number 2 off-season NBA move, John Wall choosing to sign with the LA Clippers. John Wall. Album coming soon. You're choosing to sign with the LA Clippers. Now, if healthy, and I know that's a huge, to quote our former president, 45, huge. If, when we're talking about Mr. Mute, Paul George, and this man that's on your screen right now, John Wall, that's a huge if. But if they can stay healthy, Mike, that's the best team in the West right now on paper. They've got the current best coach in the game, in my humble opinion, in Tyronn Lue.
Better than Spoelstra?
Yeah. You mean Riley? All he does is get his game notes from Riley before the game starts, man. Come on now.
And all
Come
Tyronn
on
Lue
now.
did was win a championship with LeBron coaching.
He also made some adjustments in that finals. I watched those games, sir. He made some crucial adjustments in that final series. I'm not saying
I'm not gonna knock Tyronn Lue, but my man Tracy Murray should be a coach. How about that?
Tracy Murray should be a coach. I agree with that. Chauncey Billups should be a coach. I agree with that.
Well, he is a coach.
Becky Harmon, she should get an opportunity to be a coach. I agree with all of those. All three of those people deserve to have head coaching opportunities instead of recycling the same Melon Farmers over and over and over again. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. But yes.
John Wall at number 2?
With that Clippers team and everything they have there, they're clearly on paper the best team in LA.
We're expecting the Claw to be healthy. We're expecting Paul George not to have chlamydia.
I said if. Well, that's an easy fix, man. That's like penicillin or some pills or something. That's an easy fix.
That you can't leave that behind in Vegas.
Yeah, don't ask how I know that. Easy fix. It'd be fine.
So John Wall, number 2 to the Clippers. You know what? The thing is that it's the Clippers, right? It's kind of like the Mets to the Yankees.
The Browns.
Well, no, the Browns don't have somebody in their city that pushes them. The Clippers have the Lakers. The Mets have the Yankees. When you're not even a stepchild, when you're actually like the third cousin that comes around and pees in the bed, that's what the Clippers are. They keep peeing the bed. And here's why I don't think this move is whatever. And at one point, I thought John Wall was baby LeBron. I really did. I thought other than LeBron's height, he had the motor, he had the skill set, in my opinion, of LeBron. It was something I thought the brother couldn't do, except for he just kept getting hurt. And then when players get hurt, to me, they become Carlos Boozer. Are you still here to play? Right? And I wonder, like, Derrick Rose got hurt and he kept getting hurt, but Derrick Rose came back and made a name for himself again, working himself back. I don't know if John Wall wants to play basketball.
So you don't think with an opportunity with this team, and again, a lot of ifs, he sees that this team has an opportunity to compete for a championship. You don't think he's going to put his best foot forward? I would hope so. They're probably going to miss a lot of time this season, all three of them.
Okay.
But come playoff time, that's a dangerous team. You got to admit that. And the only reason I said the Browns is because, you know, the team that just can't get right on the Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence life side of the game. You know, teams that just can't get right. The Browns, the Clippers, the Mets. There's some other ones out there that we could talk about, but just teams that just can't get right. That's why I said that.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It's an intriguing.
It is an intriguing move. I mean, for basketball's sake, and I hate the Lakers, so hey, let's go Clips. Okay. I mean, they play in Crypto Arena. Why not?
and hey, the sun shines on a dog's ass every now and again. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
AEW still a pimple on a donkey's ass in WWE, no matter what Tony Khan says. So it's the Clippers. So what we got at number?
This is a move that I think might have flown under the radar a little bit because I don't think a lot of people know this guy, because who in the bloody hell is checking for Indiana Pacer basketball? But that gentleman that's on your screen right now, Malcolm Brogdon, all-star caliber point guard. And we just saw this Celtics team take the Golden State Warriors to 6 games. And the only guard on the whole team that could actually dribble the basketball was Marcus Smart, which that's why the Celtics struggle with turnovers from time to time. You bring this guy in. He's an all-star caliber point guard. He's going to be able to distribute the ball. He's going to make sure that Tatum doesn't have to do too much to get in a position to get his buckets. He's going to make sure that Jaylen Brown doesn't have to do too much to get in a position to get his buckets. We still maintain Marcus Smart.
Now if his ass get traded to freaking Boston. I don't think he's eligible to get traded to Boston. I think they have some kind of rules like that, right? Like he can't get traded.
You talk about Brooklyn.
To Brooklyn. Yeah, he can't get traded up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't break up Tatum and Brown. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's like Cagney and Lacey. Don't do that. That's a quality thing. I aged myself there. But again, and Marcus Smart, who
like Luke
I don't
and
think
Laura.
you should. Luke and Laura, Pop.
Joni loves Shotzi.
General Hospital. Joni loves Shotzi. Martin and Gina. Cliff and Claire. I don't know if we can say that.
Cookie and Lucius.
Okay. We're done here. Rufus and Cece. But no, you got a guy that can distribute the ball. You got a guy that can dribble the ball, and it's gonna make Brown and Tatum's lives exponentially easier. And Marcus Smart, who I don't think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year, he's still a hell of an all-ball defender. The Celtics are loaded. They just re-up, and they're going to be a problem in the East, Mike. They are going to be a problem in the East with this move, and this is why that was my number one thus far off-season move in the NBA.
I like the move. I can't lie. I like Malcolm Brogdon. I think he's completely underrated as an NBA player. I think he does everything good. He's one of them guys that just, I don't want to compare him because the name I have in my mind makes you think of something. He's not a Hall of Famer, but he's that
Miller.
guy
Andre
that can
Miller.
just really play really good basketball. Shout out to General Hospital.
Shout out to Sonny, by the way.
Listen,
Sonny Victor Newman. Boom. Most iconic soap opera actors.
First of all,
characters.
how dare you forget freaking Asa Buchanan? Ace is bigger than Sonny.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, there's Victor Newman. There's Victor Newman because the girls like him. Then there's Asa Buchanan before there's Sonny. And I love Sonny, but there's Asa Buchanan. But I like your top 5 moves. At least number 1 I like. You know what I mean? I'm not too keen on this one. I think this guy should have been there going to the Knicks, but I hate the Knicks. But I think he's just as good as Anthony Brogdon or Malcolm Brogdon. I'm sorry.
Really?
I think he's just as good a player as Brogdon is. I do. I think he's what do you call it? The lunch pail guys? The guys just go to work, the blue collar workers. I think Jalen Bronson is one of those guys. The problem is, as you mentioned earlier, or you on this side, he has Thibodeau as a coach. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. So that's your top 5 for this week. We'll be back the week after my birthday. What we got coming up next?
Coming up next, are you ready for some football? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, next weekend is the Hall of Fame game. So that officially starts NFL season. And we're going to give you our top 5 current NFL quarterbacks. And I know that's going to be controversial. So stay tuned.
As long as they don't put Madden put Baker Mayfield, the strongest arms in the NFL. We out of here, y'all. Fingers.